What is going on there, everyone? Well, liberals never cease to be hypocrites, I guess. Let's just get into this story real quick here. Woke liberals shame white college student for wanting to date a black man. What? You're gonna shame a person for who they... Clown world. We are truly living in just the age of absurdity. I don't get it. I truly don't. I can't even wrap my mind around what any liberal is thinking ever, because none of it seems to make sense from what liberals thought just a few years ago up until now. Let's get into it. A University of Tennessee student shared a photo to social media asking the internet to help her track down a potential love interest, and was subjected to racist remarks from Twitter users about her whiteness. Come on, people. I thought, like, one of our main goals for the last practically, let's say, a little over 150 years plus was to destroy racism. Because it's stupid. But no. The people who claim to want to end racism and all this stuff propagate it at every chance they get, and we see it so much. It's ridiculous. They can't even argue against it anymore because there's just too many instances showing that the left and these liberals are racist as hell. I don't get it. I apologize for the language. Everyone help me find this man. Everyone help me find this man I saw at the football game. I want to go on a date with him. A white Twitter user named Sarah tweeted over the weekend in reference to a stranger who was black she spotted at the stadium. The photo, which showed Sarah's oblivious crush in the background. Did I say background? My apologies. Background appeared to have been taken on Saturday during a football game between the University of Tennessee and the University of Georgia. The tweet quickly achieved viral status, being retweeted 14,000 times and garnered more than 40,000 likes. See, there's plenty of good people, but Twitter is not... I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're on Twitter, just don't. Use it to scan through. Don't go on there and think that you're doing anything, because all it's doing is dumbing people down. Twitter's really just awful. Many users found the gesture sweet and romantic. Some Twitter users accused Sarah of creepy behavior for surreptitiously photographing the man, then broadcasting his face out to the internet. People do that shit all the time. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's a white and black thing that the liberals don't like, so they're just gonna call it out. Okay, I get it. Here you go. We at the National Black Twitter Caucus kindly declined this opportunity. Why? Seems racist. But the harshest critics were racial in nature, virulently objecting to Sarah's interest in a black man. Everyone is saying no, but if she would have circled the white guy, you'd all be for it. Everyone is screaming that they want racism to end, then you all turn around and act like this. Love is love, damn. And that was a response to, nah, white people, love is something different. They kill everyone in the family when they love you. What? What? I've been in love quite a few times in my day, and been married once. And I gotta say, everyone in the situations involved survived. Everyone survived. There was not one single murder. Can you imagine that? Some people would be very shocked, apparently. This is crazy times we're living in, people. Crazy. It doesn't even make sense. It's got my mind boggled. It truly does. Modern day society has broadly condemned white supremacist notions of racial purity and taboos against race mixing as abhorrent, which it is abhorrent because There's this thing that I've been thinking a lot. You know, when I was growing up and I was being taught about just people in general, people around the world, you know, we were called the human race. And I firmly agree with that. We are all one race, the human race. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter where you're from. We're all human people. We are humans, the human race. Somewhere, some genius, and I'm using that like to be silly, uh, decided that we're gonna separate different colors of people by race or different sex of people. You know, the Asians, they'll be their own race. The whites, they'll be their own race. The blacks, they'll be their own race. Hispanics will be their own. That's retarded. Whoever decided that that's how we were gonna do things, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We should all be considered the human race. That's how I consider it. We're all the same thing. We just happen to come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. Not that big of a deal. But to some, apparently, it still really is. And it's funny because it's coming from the left. You know, that historically was supposed to be a right-wing thing. No. No. Even historically, if you actually look up the facts, it never was a right-wing thing. Sorry. But it's mind-boggling. It's so mind-boggling. Here's another tweet. Thread is full of racist black people. We can't be racist. Yeah, you can. What is that notion that black people aren't allowed? They're just not able to be racist. If you don't like someone because the color of your skin, in modern thinking, you're a racist. So attacking this white woman because she wanted to date a black man and all that kind of means you're being racist. Yes, black people can be racist too. Sorry, anyone could be racist. This is the stuff that mankind has made up. Like I said, I think we're all one race, the human race. But a lot of people don't think that way. I would say probably most don't think that way. But many of the Twitter users replying to Sarah's post were espousing similar ideas. No ma'am, we are a dying race, no time to be mixing. What? It's just absurd. The whole thing is absurd and it makes my head hurt thinking about it. But I just wanted to share this with y'all because I want y'all to see the absurdity. And maybe together we could come up with an idea of how to counteract this nonsense. I mean, I don't think the people that are thinking these type of views are going to listen to anybody else. I mean, come on. Remember that pretty decent person? What was his name? Martin Luther King? Yeah. I don't think a lot of people remember him at all. Are they not teaching about him anymore? I don't know. However, these commenters were not far-right Nazis or alt-right white nationalists. Many of them appeared to belong to progressive groups. Imagine that. And express support for woke causes in their Twitter profiles. Yeah. I'm going to stop reading these tweets because they're just ridiculous and they make my head hurt. For instance, Jerome Trammell, a Black Lives Matter supporter and activist, was one of the users who attacked Sarah for her interest in black men. Alright, I'll read it. I did some digging and it seems like she has an obsession, fetish, with black men. I'm going to say it's a no for me, dog. Who cares if her sexual preference is for black men? Who cares? Why is this even a deal? Why is this even an article? Why was there any outrage at all about this? Because her skin is white, she can't, what? What? That sounds like something like an old school stereotypical racist white redneck would say about his daughter who wanted to date a black man. So good job, activist and liberal. I don't even know what to call y'all anymore because you're not liberals. You're not liberals. You're fools. You're absolutely fools. But good job. You've went full circle and became exactly what y'all hated. Y'all are now practically racist white rednecks. Good job. Stereotypical racist white rednecks. Good job. A Twitter user who identifies himself as a socialist in his bio pushed back against the allegations that the many remarks criticizing Sarah for liking a black man were racist. Okay, let's see what this has to say. The sheer racism in these comments from MFS, who would be the first to cry about racism, is baffling. I think you need to educate yourself on what racism is. Would help with your bafflement. FYI, racism is systemic oppression. So, okay, let me just continue reading. A few black people not wanting this black person to date this white woman due to economic inequality our community faces isn't systematic oppression. That's retarded. Just shut up. You're not being oppressed systematically. It's not happening. It's not happening. Ay, ay, ay. These people look at statistics anymore? Does anybody actually do any research on anything anymore? Or do they just spew out talking points that they've heard from someone else? I think that's what they do. Many black Twitter users who condemned the comments against Sarah were rebuked, which is also abhorrent. You see where we're at, people. You see what we're going through as a nation. We're going through a time of just pure chaos. Why? I don't know. Some people say, "Oh, it's because of Donald Trump." No, I can't agree with that. I just cannot agree with that because what has Trump done to cause people to go this insane? On a personal level. Nothing. He's just the president. He's in Washington doing his thing. He doesn't affect anybody on a daily basis. It just doesn't. Unless you're an unhinged person who just stares at his Twitter feed just panicking and shaking. What is he going to tweet next? Is the world going to end? Oh my God. You know, come on, people. But, I mean, attacking this woman, anybody who attacked this woman for wanting to go on a date with this young man is absolutely retarded. Absolutely retarded. That is a retarded way of thinking, and I mean that in the very literal form of retarded. That is, it's obscene. It's obscene. You know, I almost married a Puerto Rican girl. Would that have been a problem? Would that have been a problem because we were race mixing? No, it shouldn't. To anybody. It's so absurd, people. It's so absurd. We are living in just the most ridiculous time I've ever seen. Our young people, my age included, are mentally inept at doing anything. People are... What happened? I just don't understand what's happened. I can't just blame it on liberal colleges because some of these people haven't gone to college. I don't know what's happened. But we got to get a handle on this, people, because we're going down the same path that we've been before. Except everything's like topsy-turvy. And it's just... I don't understand. I don't understand. We live in the greatest place in the world. This could be one of the greatest times. I mean, our economy's rolling around. We're getting out of these endless wars. We're doing so much good. And now people are just going insane. I don't understand it. I don't think a lot of normal people do understand it because it's just not normal. But I'd love to hear your comments on this. I've ranted long enough. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.